So, a few years ago, I was in high school and I was about 16 years at that point, right? We're going through school and I went out to this school camp. We're at this school camp and the school took pictures, like the teacher took pictures. They posted it on the school Facebook account, right? And one of my friends that I thought were my friends, they went over to that Facebook account. They went out of their way, went over to Facebook, took this picture and drew a fucking like circle thing around my biceps. My biceps at that point, to give you context, I could take my hand, wrap my hand around my bicep and leave there would be space left. So like, there would be like this much space. I would have to like clench my fingers like this, right? That's how small my biceps were. Like that's how small my whole hand was, right? So this guy went out of his way. He took this picture and he posted it on the like the class group chat, the class chat, and he put it on Instagram or whatever fuck you put it on, right? And everyone was having a laugh, right? And around that same time, we had class pool party coming up, right? And since everyone had a laugh at my small biceps and my small arms, when we had that pool party, I was forced to get in the swimming pool with my shirt on. I couldn't take off my shirt at the pool party, right? And it was during that time, around this time, that I realized that at that point, yeah, I've had enough and I have to be in the gym, right? It took me like another 2, 3 years. I only got into the gym when I was like, what, 19, 20, when I actually started getting to the gym. But it's memories like this that make me remember that, you can't just exist as a lightweight, as a flyweight, right? I'm going to tell you my whole gym experience, right? But I'm going to let this guy have a turn as well to give you his backstory. But that's my backstory.
Okay. Now, I wasn't told to jump in no pool with no shirt on, but I can tell y'all that being skinny your whole life really just kind of it puts you in a different mindset, bro. I used to be so skinny that sometimes the wind would blow and I would start feeling like it was it was not my time to go, bro. But I remember um I think it was like 2020 COVID. Yeah, I just moved to a new school. Um a couple years after that, I got a girlfriend. I had this girlfriend in high school, and her best friend comes up to me and she goes, "You know what, Andrew? I think I could take you in a fight. I think I could beat your ass up." And this was in front of my girlfriend, by the way, and a bunch of other people. And I was waiting for somebody to laugh. I thought it was funny, bro. I thought it was a joke.
She was ready to run the fade.
Nobody laughed. Nobody doubted what she was saying. And everyone just like, well, I mean,
They just accepted the fact
you shouldn't do that. Don't fight him. Don't fight him. Oh my god. And since that day, bro, I knew that what's that enemy, bro? All humans are not created equal, bro. I'll find it, but there's an anime that says that, bro. I knew that there were people that were given power, and people, it's like Solo Leveling, bro. Some people were given power, bro. Some people were not, bro. And I was not one of those people, bro. I remember another time I came to school, random day, by the way. I'm just putting my books in my locker, and this guy comes up to me. He goes, a couple guys start laughing in the back. I'm wondering, oh, what's funny? Like, is somebody looking at a reel or something? I turn around, these guys are going, bro, your legs look like toothpicks, bro.
Do you want a burger?
Yeah. People were now offering me food because they thought I was getting underfed at home. Yeah. They said, do you need to eat? Here, take some of my...
Take some of my food, bro.
You can't be serious. And like, it was so bad, bro. Niggas are so ruthless when you're so skinny, bro. They just treat you like you're nothing, bro.
Yeah. And I mean, again, if you're a skinny guy watching this, you're definitely going to relate to what we're saying. And that's like the main reason why you should actually just bulk up to be huge, take up more space on this planet. Just like bulk up to be big. When I started, I was 154 pounds, right? And that was the beginning of this year. It was January the 14th. Now I'm 186 pounds, right? That's 30 plus pounds that I've gained in weight, right? And the difference between how people treated me back then it's day and night, right? Not only the difference between how people treated me back then, my motivation to getting into the gym not only was because I had like people treating me like that, like how I've just mentioned and how he's mentioned, but it was also because I wanted to get more attraction from girls, right? So I was in the gym, and my heart, my mind, everything was just dependent on me making progress in the gym, because the gym, like after you've started seeing progress, the way people treat you, it's different.
so crazy,
When you put up more muscle, you've put up more weight, the way people treat you, it's different. It's basically like night and day, right? So again, I've put up like more than 30 pounds of muscle in like a short space of time. And of course, we're going to get into like just a few things, a few basics on how I was able to do that. And also like he's going to talk about his progress as well. We've made videos beforehand on the same YouTube channel, so you can just go watch that. We go more
Yeah,
in
check
depth.
out the progress guide from
Yeah.
a couple weeks back. You should check it out.
Yeah, we go more in depth on basically like the exact things we did to actually make the progress, right? So in this video, we're just going to like debrief you quickly on that. So do you wanna hop on quickly before I make the points?
Yeah, for sure, bro. Like honestly, back when I was skinny, I feel like I didn't really do sports in high school, so that's probably why I didn't really put on much muscle for one. And I also was such a picky eater that I couldn't really, I just didn't like food, bro. Honestly, eating was kind of exhausting. And so because I wasn't like eating or wasn't doing sports, I was just kind of, sitting at home watching anime. And one day, I watched this anime called My Hero Academia. You probably heard of it. But there's this episode, I think it's episode 2. This guy says, and I'm gonna play the clip. I don't know if I'm allowed to play the clip. I'm gonna play the clip though. Yeah. But he goes, "You too can become a hero." And I don't know why, but ever since I watched episode 2, ever since I like laid eyes upon that episode, bro, everything was different. Seeing Deku's training arc, how he came up, how he was just a skinny nigga like me too, bro. How he was able to train for a couple months, bulk up, and become like the most powerful guy in his entire verse, bro. It just changed everything for me, bro. It just changed my life, bro.
Yeah, and if you've watched Solo Leveling, you know that one famous part where he says it doesn't matter how smart or creative you are, the weak always lose. Right? You just have to have strength. You just have to be in the gym. Like most people, again, it's like in real life, most people won't care how what your personality is. I know that firsthand. Most people won't care how kind and creative you are. People will just look at you first glance, and girls will look at you first glance and decide they don't want to be with you instantly just because you're skinny. And again, look, you might not be doing it because you want girls, and you'd be like, if you say you don't want female attraction, everyone does, right? But that was my no. You are a special case. You've been having your own committed relationship thing. That's a whole thing for you, right?
I mean, it's okay.
But every other guy, we like everyone wants the female attraction. But again, those are all just like really mostly side points, right? We want to talk. You wanna hop on real quick?
Yes. Even if you don't want girls, or even if you don't get girls, being strong for you is still just as important. Now, you could be like Mr. Rizaldo over here, but getting bigger and getting stronger is just gonna make you feel better. It's gonna make you more confident. It's gonna open doors for you. You probably won't even think it can open doors for you. When I was skinny, because I was so small and so weak and so incapable of doing things other people could do, I just felt like I didn't want to try anything, didn't want to do anything. I didn't feel like I could stand up for myself because I wasn't strong enough. But
no, do not enter. You can continue. So now that we've bulked up and now that we're bigger, like a lot has changed. The difference really is day and night, right? As you can even see, like the clothes fit better. I even have confidence to speak on camera. You have confidence outside in general. You get respect from men. You get the attraction that you want from girls. And like life genuinely just gets better when you actually bulk up, right? When you bulk up to a respectable size. Because it's other things like for you to actually put on size and mass, you'd need discipline in the gym to go there consistently each and every single time. It's characteristics like that that you get from just being in the gym in general, right? That people also respect, right? So you just being taking up more space on this planet, you're going to get a lot more respect from other men. You're going to get more attraction. You're going to fit clothes better. Your life is just going to get better generally overall.
Yeah, and like honestly, obviously getting bigger makes you take up more space, and I feel like it's so important to feel like you can take up more space, because when I was skinny, I didn't feel like I could back myself up. I could do anything. Even when I had a girlfriend back in high school, if we'd go out, I didn't feel strong enough like to protect her. If somebody came up to us and this guy wanted to fight me, it was done. Like there was nothing I could do. So what I want to say to like somebody who feels like they're small, they're underweight, they want to try to get bigger, they don't feel like they're big enough, or they're strong enough to feel confident, is don't be afraid to get big. Don't be afraid to take up space. And when you get big, make sure you take up space in the pace in the places around you. Become more confident with yourself. Be able to let yourself do things that put yourself outside of your comfort zone, like the gym, and grow there as well, because it'll take you very far. Yeah, that's me.
So overall, for you to actually get to the size that you want, if you're a skinny guy, I'm assuming you want to bulk up 170, 180, depending on your height. I'm 6'2", so I want to bulk up to 200, 205, 210, right about there. That's what I want to bulk up to, and then I'm going to cut down so that we stay with the aesthetic physique, right? So you're going to go through most of the motions, and again, we've gone through this in our past videos. You can just go and watch those where we go more in depth to this. But you're going to go through the motions. You're going to have your workout split, and then you're going to be consistent with that, like follow that consistently each and every single time. You don't skip gym days. You're going to have your diet. Your diet is going to be a surplus every single day. So your diet, like your maintenance, is the food that you eat right now on a regular to just stay alive, right? Your surplus is eating above that, right? So, for example, that's like your normal food plus protein powder, right? That's your surplus. And then creatine as well. Take creatine, and pre-workout is something that you can try for yourself. See if you like it. It just makes you lift better in the gym, right? So you take pre-workout before the gym, and also creatine throughout the day. You take like one scoop of creatine, which is like 5 milligrams, and then you take protein. I would even say double scoop protein. So usually a scoop of protein would have like between 20 and like 27 grams of protein.
Yeah.
And the calories vary, but if it's whey protein, which is the one that I've used consistently, it's going to have about between 20 and 27 grams of protein. If you double scoop that, that's going to be like 52 grams of protein, give or take, right? And then that's going to be your surplus on top of the food you're already eating. And make sure that when you eat food, right, try and eat food that's calorie dense, right? So that's going to be like mostly meat, eggs, yeah, rice, the mostly calorie dense food, right? So that you can actually have food that's going to give you lots of those calories that you need to actually grow. And since you're skinny, I'm assuming you're also going to have zero appetite. So if you eat calorie dense food, that's also going to help you, right? Those are most of the motions that you should know. And sleep, of course, just get good sleep. Again, we are like university students, right? So we don't get much sleep
The rest
anyways.
is hard, bro.
Yeah, we don't get much sleep anyways, but we're still able to make like good progress in the gym each and every single day, just because of doing most of what I said, which is diet and training, right? Any additional points?
Stay hard.
Stay
Eat more. And stay lean. Don't bulk up and like become like skinny fat, bro, because that's kind of tough. Just make sure that like while you're bulking, you're still moving, training, because some people take the bulk too far, and you could end up like with an eating disorder. You could end up feeling fat and like heavy and slow. You don't want to, go from one end of the spectrum to the other, is what I'm trying to say. So just make sure that you're training hard as well. Make sure all the calories you're eating and consuming are, going the right places.
Yeah, but I would even go as far as to say, like, for skinny guys, I don't even think you should really worry about getting fat that much, just because your default is being skinny. Once you start putting on weight, you can easily go back to being lean, right? So being like losing your abs and things like that, because that used to be like one of the things that I was mostly worried about. Like I'll be like, okay, I don't want to lose the abs, I still want to be like aesthetics or whatever, right? You can easily go back to just having abs after like 4 to 6 weeks of cutting or something like that, right? You can easily go back to having visible abs, but putting on the muscle is the most difficult part of the process, and that's going to take a very long time. So as a skinny guy, the thing that should be at the top of your mind should just be putting on size.
Getting bigger. Once
Yeah.
you get there, everything is gonna start getting a lot easier once you get there.
Yeah,
Once-
it's just putting on size, and you wanna build that Toji Fushiguro physique. So you need to put on size and get bigger. But that's it for this video. And again, we're going to be dropping more videos like this. We're going to be dropping courses on teaching you exactly what we've done, and we're going to do it more in depth in those courses, probably video courses. It's going to be so hype. Stay
Yeah.
tuned to the channel and keep watching.
See you guys.
Yep.